to another episode of Dad's Garage. Trying to film with my little camcorder. Only thing, these are new shocks. Back ones were easy. Top ones, that top bolt on the old shocks was just not moving no matter what I did. And had to end up cutting it off. Had to go to Harbor Freight and buy a 3-inch cutoff wheel because my 5 was too big to get up in there. In the process, I had a can of paint explode and shoot all over there, shoot here, but that's okay. I got that ready to paint. Got a little, I'm gonna have to buff that off of my Renegade stripe. But anyway, I haven't even driven it yet. But the new shocks are on. Got some garbage under there. And excited to do it. They're adjustable, so we'll see how that works out. New flares are here. I want to paint them yellow, but instead of messing with nuts on the back, I put some, what do you call those, rivet nuts? Anyway, every hole. Now I let the factory ones in that weren't stripped out. They're a little smaller, but I got all new bolts and washers to go in there. I got the inner fender liners all ready to go up in there. I just need to bolt them in. They bolt there, and somewhere up front. I'll have to figure out. The reason I haven't got a lot done on the Jeep is because my wife and I, look how pretty she has, front yard looking. My wife and I started this project. So we tore down the wooden rail and we are putting up the metal. So I got 4 posts in, got another post in here, and then the railing itself, and then we're going to come across here too with a gate. So we could sit out here with the dogs, or if the dogs get out, they don't just go running out into the street, which they've done before. So that's about it for this. I made a hell of a mess getting out every tool I own to work on this. A couple of things, if you're using carbide tip bit and the screw-in bolts, take a little extra time to, once you drill your hole, if you're using these, I drilled it a couple of times. Make sure it's a little bit deeper than where you want, than your bolt. Man, get the crap out of there. I ended up getting a shop vac to suck it out, because if there's anything in there at all, those things will get halfway down and just stop, as you can see by that one that I broke off right there, because I thought, well, I'm going to get out my big ass impact wrench. But anyway, these went in really good because I took the time to drill them a couple times, kind of routed a little bit, suck all the stuff out, use a blower, blow it out, whatever you can do to get those holes clean. Makes a big difference for how those go in. So that's the only thing I wanted to mention there. We are going over to a friend's to put up her bat house, so I gotta get all this crap cleared out of here. Again, if you haven't checked out my books, stillwarriortraining.com, check that out. I think you'll like it. I'm just ready to release one on using the glide board trainer and using the principles of the pauses and the isometrics on the good old Chuck Norris Total Gym type thing. Anyway, I gotta get this cleaned up so I can get the bronc out of here. Okay, we're back recording. Had a paint can explode on me. Don't ever, oops, my microphone should probably be plugged in. There we go. I was trying to get a plastic cap off of a paint can. Couldn't get it. Finally smacked it on the tire, and I took the cap off plus the spray nozzle, so it shot paint everywhere. I had to buff like crazy. You can still see a few black marks there, but I think I might just end up repainting this whole fender because it got a lot there too. Made some progress on this. I got this pulls in. This pull, gonna do one more pull in the middle and then a gate. But this turned out pretty good. That's my remaining piece. I'll have to cut a little bit to fill in the gap here. Okay, another project in the books. Turned out pretty good for the do-it-yourself kit. We still got a little thing we're gonna mount right here, a handrail, so Mom can get up there, but the gate turned out nice. Latches. We spent extra on the brackets that go over. The ones that came with the kit go inside, which means all your cuts have to be perfect and filed down, painted. The outside, I mean, we did that anyway. And the kit they didn't have these at Lowe's either, so my wife ordered those online. And so that's good, that's almost done. Got the Jeep in the garage, you're gonna get painting on it now. Get the fender flares back on. Came out here, it's a little too windy, probably too hot, but I'm trying to, rather than sand these smooth, I'd like to use the high build primer to see. I put a coat on there, like I said, it's, you can see the flag, it's too windy, but we'll sand that a little bit tomorrow and see. Kind of would like to do that instead of use the sandpaper to sand the whole things down, but we shall see how that works out. Okay, I'm not sure why there's no sound on this video, so I'm just going to do a voiceover. I think what I was showing here is that it's the final product. That side turned out pretty good. This side turned out pretty good. Again, I'm getting a good gloss on the vertical surfaces, but not on the horizontal. So I think I'm gonna hang up the flares when I paint them. But pretty sure that's what I was talking about. It's hard to see on the video, but that's what was going on there. This was right before I unmasked it. Again, I had the screws in there, so I didn't get paint in the threads. What else? I must just be rambling on about something. Who knows? But so that made the difference. Oh, I was talking about how I just covered up some bare metal spots with paint there because it's going to be under the flares, and I didn't want to repaint the backs because they really weren't too bad. And then I talked about having the visor off the Bronco. It was up there on the top of the Jeep, and took a shot of the Bronco because that's going in to get the windshield changed tomorrow. And I couldn't see them being able to change it with that visor out over the windshield. So I took the opportunity to clean it all up and set it up on the Jeep to get it out of the way. And luckily, I still had some Oxford white touch-up paint. And I think that's it. All right, everyone, excuse the mess. A couple of updates. I went and found some toolboxes on Temu. I'll have to look up the price again. I can't remember. I think these were like $120 and those were like $80. But I'm going to try and get some of this crap off this wall and more organized. And the other thing is I did the fender flare yellow, and I don't have the patience to put as many coats on it. You need to get it clear, and then I'm not a good enough painter to get the paint to shine like that. So I'm just gonna do them black. So I think that will look better. Even my wife was like, I think that's too much yellow. So we'll do that black. Got this side done. Excuse me, Reg. That's ready to have a fender flare bolted back on. Look at this, I got the Bronco and the Jeep in the garage. How do you think that happened? Okay, gotta get that on. So yeah, I pretty much need to just sand a little bit more on these. I had to put some spot putty, my dad used to call it. Anywhere, because I started sanding these thick primer before it was totally dry. I got a couple of spots there, so I'm gonna go get some black spray on bed liner in cans and redo that. And then maybe I'll do a quick review. I've got another one of those toolbox, the one on the lower. That's top one for the upper again. And put them together. Maybe I'll shoot some video of that. No, I did not put a new seat in my Jeep. I had that listed on Marketplace, but nobody seems interested in it, so we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. Okay, I forgot to get the camera out earlier, but these aren't bad for, I think they're 150 each. I don't know, maybe I should have looked for Craftsman or something, but I really like this color. So they go together pretty sturdily. There's a lot of those rivet nuts that you just screw into, or pre-threaded holes. I guess the biggest pain and the weakest link, I guess, are these drawers. They come flat, and you got to put these pieces on to hold them together, which I obviously can't do with one hand. But anyway, they did come with all the little rubber inserts, the handle for the side, a little cubby for the side, and some peg holders, those thingers. Anyway, I'm just trying to get it looking a little more organized in here. I haven't filled any of those yet. Oh, and the two on the top, they were $59 each. Those are really pretty good quality. They're super heavy, and drawers are nice. Started filling up some of this stuff. See? Rivet nuts. My favorite thing now. Anyway, that's about it. The flares turned out beautiful. And let's look at that real quick. They're out here. I put them in the sun because even though I only did one, well, I did one heavy coat, I guess. Man, those turned out really nice, but they're still just a little tacky. I'm not sure what's going on there. But we'll leave them out in the sun and let them sit for a day or two. I can't wait to get those back on. So that will probably be it for this episode. Sorry if the video quality or the audio is bad. I had that other camera I was using didn't even record audio on a clip or two, so I tried to do a voiceover, and I also had Chip Clamp add captions, so hopefully those are accurate. But until then, take care of yourself.